Hello, everyone. We are here today at SharePoint Saturday St. Louis. I am joined by Mike. Hello, Mike. Can you introduce
Daniel.
yourself to everyone?
Absolutely. My name is Mike Maadarani. I am an Office 365 MVP. I've been doing SharePoint since 2001, all the way to Office 365. I've gone through all the pain of migrating in the early days to the better pain these days.
Nice. Well, and you're speaking about migration here.
That's correct.
So, you know, since you've had a lot of experience with SharePoint and migrating, and what has been some of those challenges, like the big category of challenges for migrating? What should people be thinking about when they're, about to migrate? What are they going to run into, you think?
Yeah, so the biggest skip that organizations and users have are the process about migration.
Okay.
It's not about the data, it's about how to get into the cloud or the vNext of SharePoint on-premise. It's about training. It's about unlocking the new features, understanding the features, and making sure the end users are comfortable with the new system. Wherever you're going, you need to be trained. You need to have that end user adoption. You need to understand what system you're providing the end users to be able to use it.
Gotcha. So would you say there's a lot of work beforehand than before the migration? I mean, migration is, people think about you buy a tool, you click a button and say, here's where I am and here's where I'm going, push a button, and then you just sit back and wait. So is what you're just saying is a lot of training, a lot of talking about what this means and what's involved. So is there a lot of front-loaded kind of work to do before you can even get to the tool?
Absolutely. Yeah. The actual clicking the button and migrating is the easy part.
Oh.
You have to spend a lot of time on analyzing.
Okay.
So a lot of analysis and a lot of planning. Okay. And you need to know what are you migrating to and what features in Office 365 you want to use. Because there's a lot of things, as you know, we get updates all the time. Yeah. Things are changing quite a bit. So you need to understand where you're going, plan it, and let the end user know what's happening, train them, and then do the migration.
So you just brought something up that I have experienced myself, and it's true, is that you do a migration of, maybe it's just email and SharePoint.
Right.
Okay, so you get migrated email up, you do SharePoint, document libraries and lists and all the sites. But then there's a lot more there. Right. So if you go out and you get an E3 or an E5 license or something like that, you do the migration. Well, now everyone has access to a lot of other tools.
Exactly.
So so planning, what are you going to do with those tools? Are your users going to use them? How do you implement? How do you do user adopt? I mean, that just opens it up, right?
So now, I used to do the same migration strategy for a long time. I've changed it recently. Just because of all the tools we have available in Office 365. Yeah. The strategy changed not from when to migrate. The strategy has changed is when I'm engaged with a new client or going in the cloud. Yeah. The first thing I do right now is a training session or a workshop, call it. This is what we have in Office 365. We got Microsoft Teams. What does groups mean? What's the modern sites? What's the classic site? So get them to know and understand the collaboration tools we have out there. What are we going to use? Yammer versus Microsoft Teams versus SharePoint site. So get them to understand what do we have. That is the first step I've been doing right now to make sure they know what to get, and then help them decide which way we're going to go with migration.
So that's like an intro 101.
Exactly.
This is what Office 365 is and what you get, and et cetera.
Absolutely.
Okay. Gotcha.
This has been the trend in my migration strategies lately, and clients appreciate it because when we get engaged and they're confused, one is about security, they're afraid of security, if secure or not, and we go through that and make them comfortable that is way more secure than on-premise. The second one is, I'm confused. Am I using Microsoft Teams or I'm using SharePoint team sites?
Right.
Am I using modern sites or I'm using classic?
Right.
We're using Yammer. So we go through that exercise and explain like one-on-one training.
Okay.
This is what you get. If you want to do this, you go this way. If you want to do something global intranet, you go modern or classic. You want to do team collaboration on a smaller group, you go Microsoft Teams. So we go through the exercise, educating them, and then we start planning their migration from on-premise into the cloud.
Yeah. No, I think that's very valid. A great way to go from, hey, we're going to go to the cloud. Because most times people go to the cloud and they understand I'm getting some of those benefits of reliability and security, but then it's okay, what else? And so going through that exercise, I think, would be very beneficial.
Absolutely.
So, great. So how would people connect with you, Mike? Through online. How can people get a hold of you?
A few ways. I got my blog site up and running. It's www.maadarani.com. My last name, which has a lot of A's. So my last name is Maadarani.com,
Okay.
or my Twitter handle, Mike Maadarani, one word.
Okay.
So they can reach out to me. I'm always available unless I am in the air. I'll reply back within 24 hours.
Awesome.
I'll be happy to answer any question.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. And thanks everyone for joining us. Again, connect with your local community, whether it's a SharePoint Saturday, a SQL Saturday, or just a local user group. Make sure you connect. And we'll see you next time on Regarding 365.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Mike.